Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you enjoy, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and become a socialite. So today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Shiseido Revitalessence Skin Glow Foundation. This is another skincare active foundation that has tons of skincare benefits. In fact, they do claim that with 1 week of use in this foundation, you should see a visible difference in the clarity of your skin. One of the key ingredients in the foundation is fermented kefir, which is supposed to help to maintain healthier skin. And it also contains niacinamide, which is supposed to smooth and brighten the skin over time. The foundation also contains an SPF of 30, which is important to a lot of people that kind of want to skip that step of SPF. This foundation was gifted to me, but it is available at Sephora for $56. So if you want to see how I got this look and my thoughts on this foundation and how it performs, then keep on watching. Okay, socialites, so this is the outer packaging. It's just a plain white cardboard box. I'm not sure how the rest of Shiseido's products come packaged. I'm sort of new to the brand, even though I know it's a well-known brand. So it does say Shiseido on the side and Revitalessence Skin Glow Foundation here. The color I picked up is 450 Copper, which is engraved in the top. Once you open it, this is the actual bottle of foundation, which is in a glass packaging, which to me is really nice. Has a unique sort of egg shape that's not quite eggy all the way around. It does have this little dent in here. That's a beautiful pearlescent. That white, I'm not sure if it picks up on camera, but it's really pearlescent. That makes it super unique to me. It does have the name of the foundation on the front as well that shows your color at the bottom, so it goes clear at the bottom. Now I will say I have the color 450 Copper, which this was sent to me by the brand, and it is too dark, which is probably why I hadn't done the review. I've been having it since it came out a couple months ago. I would probably be either shade Amber or Cedar, which is a couple shades lighter than Copper. So this little dent that's at the back of the top makes it super easy for you to literally lay your thumb here, hold it, and pull it off. I really like that extra touch. And then it has red plastic around the actual pump. So I'm gonna do one pump. It is a liquid consistency that I would say is sort of a thin consistency because as you can see, it's definitely running. So Copper does seem to be a neutral tone. I don't really notice any red or orange undertones, but we'll see as we put it on. Per usual, I don't have any skincare underneath other than my moisturizer because I want to see how this performs on bare skin. So I'm going to start in the areas that I need the most coverage first. The website does recommend that you start in the center of your face and work your way out with their brush. I don't have their brush, but I am using a brush that is similar to the one that they recommended. This is a candied contour brush that I picked up from Walmart. Sort of watery and it looks pretty sheer on the skin. This foundation does come in 30 shades. About half of the shades would probably work for African American skin tones, which I feel like is pretty impressive. So this is what I got with one pump. I feel like one pump gives you sheer coverage, not medium, which are the claims of the foundation. So I'm going to go in with one more pump, place it in the areas that I need the most coverage, and blend again so we can see just how buildable the product is. It does build up fairly easy and it's building up to a medium coverage. So I can still see my skin through it. So this is a true medium coverage foundation. You can get light to medium coverage. This isn't one that you'll be able to build up to full at all. I do like how radiant and natural it looks. To highlight, I'm going to use my Forever Skin Correct from Dior. Claims of the foundation is to give a radiant finish, and it does give radiant. I'm going to blend in the highlight using my Sonia Kashuk blending sponge. Going back in with my foundation brush just to make sure everything is seamless. Brushing up my brows with the Ariell brow glue. And I'm going to set my highlighted areas with my Say powder. This one's in the color medium translucent. Filling my brows with the Koki brow pencil in chocolate brown. For eyeshadow, I'm going in with my new Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette, working with these neutral shades. Dust away the Say powder and lightly set all over with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in Mahogany. Charlotte Tilbury Chic to Chic blush. Brighten under eye with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. Taking my Absolute New York Pro Bronzer in the shade Dark to bronze up the skin a bit. Color ended up not turning out bad once everything was done. It wasn't as drastic as I thought. The Power Bullet from Huda Beauty in the shade Interview. It's a cool tone nudie pink. So Rare from Juvia's Place. And Cola from Juvia's Place. And just a little bit of nude plumping gloss from Sephora collection. So after it's all done, I'm not even sure that I would have gone with a lighter color. So we'll see how it oxidizes over the course of the day, how I feel about the actual shade. The claims are this formula can last up to 12 hours. So we're going to be the judge of that. It's now 10:05 a.m. So I'm going to wear it over the course of the day and come back and let you guys know my final thoughts. Okay, socialites. So I'm back. It's a little bit after 5:20. So it's well over 7 hours later. And this is what we have. So I have not blotted my face, touched it at all. First thing I want to say is this foundation is incredibly long lasting, and this is with no primer at all. So what I've noticed is I do have a bit of visible pores just in the cheek area, but not a whole lot. With a good primer, that's an easy fix right there. If I use like the e.l.f. putty primer or something like that, or really any smoothing primer, then that would take care of this part here. I would say if you have oily skin, make sure you use an oil controlling primer. Oily skin approved for sure, being that this is what I have. I don't feel like I look oily at all, but I'm super radiant, if you get what I'm saying. Like if I touch with my fingers, it's not like super, the foundation's not coming off where you can tell that you've gotten oily. So for me, when I looked in the mirror, I would feel comfortable going out just like this without touching up at all. So it's incredibly long lasting. I like the finish of it. The claims are that it's a radiant finish, and I will say it's given very radiant, almost like I have a highlighter on my skin and I don't. So going to casual places like the grocery store or a park, I would feel comfortable wearing this because I don't look overly made up, but I look perfected at the same time. Now my fine lines do tend to get deep in the smile line area especially, and that's not emphasized at all. And I've really been smiling a lot, laughing from the last time you guys have seen me, and the fine lines don't seem emphasized as well. I actually went on a 2.5 mile walk, and that was at about the 2.5 to 3 hour mark when I went for the walk. And this is with no touch up. It's about 70 degrees out today. The sun is bright and shining today. So I would say this foundation is for oily skin, dry skin, or anywhere in between. It is a light to medium coverage. For those who are looking for a more full coverage product, this one won't be for you. It's a beautiful product. I hate that I sat on it for so long before I gave the review because this is a really good foundation. Comment down below if you've tried this foundation yet, or how do you feel about Shiseido in general. Every single thing that I use today will be linked down below in the description box, including the shades that I wear. So be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. To step to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the answer.